A thumbs up and no viewers. Hey, Ukraine, what's going on? I'm gonna go ahead and switch the. Wow, 5. That suddenly it showed no one, and all of a sudden it showed 5. So let's fun times. I know, fun times if you have plenty of Xanax. Just been sitting glued to the. I just made a vlog. I haven't uploaded it yet about hurricane winds and palms. A lot of construction, and this is first watch. I don't know if this is a chain restaurant up north too. There's a lot of them down here. It's kind of like a, in my opinion, overpriced diner, but I'm sure they have decent food. Okay. Let me get to the comment. Come on, dude, really? I'm trying to. Okay, there you go. We probably can go later on, Zach. You're scheduled to arrive. Hey, thanks, Simon. It's nice to see you, man. So, it just right now, I'm actually just gonna kill a little bit of time talking to you guys about the hurricane. I just did a vlog on what, like I said, what palm. I'm gonna upload that when I get home, and see if we can. It's just been very. We're gonna see your, yeah. Hey, Bobby. I got this F-150 for sale. Who doesn't need a F-150? You know. This is actually one of the nicest public plantings of any. I'm sorry, private plantings of any business, in my opinion. We can go turn around and take a look at it real quick. I wanted to pull them, but you can see all these coconuts here, and it's kind of. Why are these people? This old man's getting mad at me because I'm turning left here. What is wrong with people? Okay, so I've got to actually pull a greater. They don't really give you a lot of room to U-turn here, so I'm gonna. I was trying to pull this like a normal UE, but I actually have to kind of use a little bit of the. I'm so used to driving a car, and I don't know if I'll ever get used to driving this truck. I don't know why, and it has a long wheelbase for the vehicle that it is. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's just an excuse. Yeah. There's probably gonna be some coconuts there too, but here you can see these coconuts. Speaking of coconuts, right here. Now they got nice royals, nice coconuts. Well, I mean they're trimmed up, but that's because it's a business and they don't want someone having a coconut drop on their car and so. And then there's foxtails here that look kind of deficient, but foxtails are no. Why is there always someone behind me whenever I'm trying to go somewhere? Sorry guys, sometimes I have to speed up a little bit here to. There's tons of birds of paradise there. It's like a forest. You can see how much rain we've had. I mean, we've got ponding here. There's just poor land grading. And so if hurricane rain was going to come through here, it'd be quite devastating flooding wise. So look at the color in the flower bract of that. See, that's not really a Sylvestris or Canariensis. It's just it's a hybrid. That color is unlike any pure species, really. I think Rupicola has that color, but I haven't seen one bloom in a while. But look at all these Washingtonians, Zach. They're all trimmed up, though. They don't have any. Yeah, it's amazing how slow that hurricane's going, just churning, just destroying Freeport, destroying Marsh Harbor. I don't know why my friend thinks that it's not that bad in the Bahamas, but I guess if you start believing every news source, the only news source you watch, then oh wow, it's open here. This is an Amish market that I normally would go to get food. I'm not going to go because it's kind of slammed right now. I will go tomorrow, but because it's Labor Day, it's probably. Yes, I looked at that in Invest 91L, Zach. It looks promising. So, but I've really just been kind of focused on just seeing that, checking to make these people make. I mean, snail's pace. Driving in Florida is like, it's not quite like anything else I've experienced in my life, even though I've been doing it for over 15 years. Actually, this is my storage facility. This is where I keep all my things. Just gotta focus on getting. I'm gonna try and get into some roads that are not as busy, so I don't have people. Because I kind of want to drive, like the actual speed limit in here, and I don't want to be AMG Civic kind of guy. Nice, I like that name. It's a mixture of a couple of things I like. Yeah, for the most part, palms will have some wind tolerance, but there's a number of species that really don't see a lot of wind, other than like say tropical rainforest downpours or typical downpour. So really, you have to really be careful. For example, lick koalas are terrible in the wind. The rain they enjoy, but then again, if you have flooding like that and you have a palm that doesn't like sitting in a lot of water, then that can also be an issue. So eat your backyard guy. Where is he located? I've heard. I mean, I think I've watched a couple of his videos. They were just recommended. I checked them out. It looked interesting. I forget exactly. I know he kind of just does a little bit of like tropical plant stuff and obviously food thing. Growing stuff to eat. So. Well, actually, sables do really well because their fronds are very flexible, so they do excellently here in Florida. I've seen them as being some of the only palms standing after Hurricane Charlie, at least with any fronds on them. Royals will strip their fronds on intentionally. Well, not. I mean, the wind will strip them and they become less wind resistant. So, okay, near the Indian River. Well, the Indian River basically stretches from West Palm Beach all the way up to almost Daytona Beach. So, I think he's in. It might be in Indian River County, but the Indian River really isn't a river. It's just a big, long bay that looks like a river. It's all salt water. There are very few rivers in Florida that are like all fresh water. A lot of the rivers are, brackish or salt water for a good portion of their trip. St. John's River is fresh water. Oh yeah, building the Spanish Bay. Sorry, the sun. It's actually harder for me to see the comments, but I'm just kind of looking at them when I can here. So I'm gonna go into this neighborhood. I also don't have to worry about as much traffic. I'm surprised there's as many people out as there are. We have some cloud cover, and it's probably like the outermost reaches of. It's not, these clouds don't have any rain capacity to them, but they. What is this guy doing? I can't even get around, dude. I thought this was gonna be a better trip here. I don't really want to drive a whole lot in the sun. Okay, here we go. Yeah, West Palm Beach is considered part of the Gold Coast, which is the Gold Coast of Florida, which is West Palm Beach to Miami Beach, essentially, more or less. Oh, fence. Yeah, sounds good, man. Those make good fences. Some cacti. This is a long, straight road. Reclinata does okay in hurricanes. Yeah, it really depends what is going on here. Guy like stopped in the middle of the road at a stop sign, but still in the middle of the road. All right, hopefully the craziness will end here. I'm gonna pull over right here so I can go a little bit slower without creating an issue for traffic. This beautiful blue Camry go around me. There you go. You live in Richmond, AMG? I grew up in Richmond. Most cold hardy palms. Well, I don't. It's kind of a mix. I don't know how well trachees do in hurricanes. I didn't comment on it. I don't think they do that well. Get you some sea grapes? Yeah, that's not a problem. I can get you all the sea grape you want, man. I just gotta find a place where there's a bunch of seed just kind of lying around. Usually they're just kind of like these mushy things on the ground. You just try and stay away from. So AMG, I actually went to St. Christopher's School there. I don't know if you know where that is, right off of, I guess it's technically on, like between Grove and Patterson Avenue. Yeah, I don't remember seeing a lot of, I only saw a few trachees in Richmond, but I know that there's, my friend posted a bunch of pictures of Williamsburg where there was actually a lot of palms, some needles, some trachees, and I think he posted one of a Serenoa. So you can see here that like pretty much a lot of these, like the town's essentially waterlogged now. So we're kind of, this is the worst part of the season. That's the rainiest part. Venice in general is actually a pretty high standing town as far as like my sister's house is at 18-20 feet, which is a lot for her. So a lot of, yeah, I could definitely believe that. I think that's definitely been something that's happened in the past 20 years because I would have noticed it there before. Only saw a few. Those are definitely some Chrysler people right there. But you know, there's a lot of trimmed up palms. People are probably happy they trimmed them up and justify, you know. But it is what it is. I don't think it's a great thing. Oh yeah, there's definitely some palms in Virginia Beach. I remember seeing the palmettos on Atlantic Avenue. But I kind of grew up on the West End, like between Cary Street and Patterson. I lived way out in the far West End, near Short Pump when I first moved there. There was nothing out there. This is like 1988. So I remember we were building. My dad built a house out there, and he was like, oh, I'm building this house in the middle of the freaking country. Like no one's gonna want it. Now like the suburbs go out like another 5 or 6 miles. So, but in general, you know, Canary Island dates do pretty well. They've got a pretty strong root system. You know, they have to root a little bit deeper into the ground in order to survive, you know, these kind of semi-arid areas like the Canary Islands, very hot, dry areas that require a lot. Sorry, I'm just focusing. If I seem distracted, it's because I'm distracted by driving, meaning like I'm gonna make driving a priority. Okay, you're in Newport News. I've definitely been through there. I've been through, you know, I used to go to Hampton Roads a lot, hang out in the Tidewater. I used to go to Williams. I used to have a season's pass to Busch Gardens. The most, in my opinion, one of the most underrated theme parks in the nation. Let's see if I can't. I'm gonna go back to the Cuban place because it's Monday and they have $6 specials. I think it's tacos today. It's Labor Day Taco Monday. But I just kind of wanted to, I know that I'm not going to see anything special today, or I mean, possibly tonight. It really depends on what's going on with things I've got to do. So my sister's leaving tomorrow, or she was planning on it. I don't know if she's still going to go to Orlando or not. But a lot of things are kind of when there's a hurricane like this, you kind of have to not make a lot of set in stone plans. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and park right here next to the Cuban place. So they built this little complex over here. This used to be kind of just a rundown strip mall, but they really made it look nice, and now it's used to be kind of an eyesore for a while, especially during the recession. I don't really have anything other than some palm seeds and some seedlings and some other little bit larger palms, but let's go ahead and take this parking spot next to this old DeSoto. They put this old DeSoto in their prime parking spot. I never really understood that. Oh, it's bowls today. Okay, well, there's still $6. I'll still get one, I guess. Oh. All right, I'm just gonna turn the. Yeah, there was the native palms. In fact, it was believed that Royals once grew all the way up to this near Jacksonville in the St. Johns River. So, and that. Oh, sorry, that's. Gotta pause. I was listening to the new Tool album. So, yeah, I just drove right past through the plaza. But yeah, I think you can actually see if you look. Can you guys see that right there? There's actually this is Xfinity, so there's actually a TV with the news on. So, but yeah, I don't know, sorry, I was going to answer a question here. Best place to buy land? Yeah, I think you mean east of Naples. Yeah, East Naples does get quite cold. They have colder winters than we do here in Venice. Now their daytime temps get higher, but the problem is they're kind of a drain field for cold weather because of the elevation and being away from the water. Yeah. Oh, they downgraded. Okay, I'll have to check that out once I get off the stream here. But the best place to buy land in Florida, I've been asked that a lot. It depends. If you don't mind being outside of an urban area, you want to get some land. Pine Island's a pretty good place. It's agricultural, and a lot of people have been buying houses there to kind of have more of a plantation style setup, and it's a little bit cheaper. You're a little bit further away from a lot of amenities. It's not the highest sitting land, but people have been out there for a while. Yeah, Bokeelia itself is a little bit more expensive, but if you go to like St. James City or the middle of the island, it's pretty good. And they have coconut palm farms there, or just specimen farms there. So they have $6 bowls. That means I might want to get a Tres Leches cake. I don't need that though. Yeah, the guy that I used to rent land from, he wanted to sell his place. He said he wanted like 900 grand for it, which is, there's 15 acres with a house. Maybe, no, I'm sorry, he didn't want he bought it for 900 grand. Then he put like another 600 into it, and he wanted like 1 point something. And what I don't like is when someone justifies the price of, like, say, a car or land by saying, "Oh, I put this much money into it." I mean, that's great that you did, and it looks great, but that doesn't mean that it's worth that amount just because you put that money into it. Someone says, "Oh, I bought a $30,000 car and put a $4,000 supercharger on it, so it's worth $34,000." Like, that's not how life works. So what, it actually brings up a point I'm going to bring up. I have a number of friends that have had houses they put up for sale that have been filled with plants. Most recently, a friend of mine in a nearby town here, he had about $250,000 in cycads wholesale I'd say they're worth close to $500,000, $600,000 retail, and the house is only worth about 350. But he wanted 600,000 for the house because of the plants, and he wanted to get to a he wanted to get to he wanted to get his money back essentially for a lot of things. It's like, well, you're gonna have to find someone that wants to buy a yard full of spiny plants, or you're gonna have to sell them separately. So he sold them separately, got close to what he wanted. So, but he was just upset that he thought that he was not getting, the price. I don't know what the house sold for. I could check it out. I think it was somewhere around 375. But he really thought that the house was worth a lot more money, but it probably was worth less money because of the plants. So that's something to consider when you're planting things out. So AMG Civic guy. So your mom lives in Port St. Lucie, which is, well, hopefully things are okay there, because that's a place that's definitely, it is. I've never actually been into Port St. Lucie, the town. I've been to Fort Pierce, I've been to West Palm Beach, but Port St. Lucie's in between the two. And I've driven through it on the interstate, but I've never had to go there for anything particular. From what I know, it's pretty much just like any other metro East Coast town. It's going to be a lot like, it's gonna. I mean, the only thing I can tell you about it is like it's gonna be not just a little bit cooler than say West Palm. It's going to be a little bit less Spanish influence than say the Gold Coast. West Palm south of Miami. From what I know, it's a pretty decent town. I hear some funny things about it. I mean, it's Florida, so you're gonna have your share of like just weirdness that is unexplainable. So, yeah, some places can be well priced, but usually that comes with a cost. The reason that it's cheaper is either it's going to be away from the water, lower lying, or it has a higher crime rate. Is what you're looking for. So, for example, Venice is a little bit more expensive than the town next door, Northport, because it does sit high. It does sit higher. It's near the water. There's very little crime here. However, in Northport, there's a lot more issues where the town is still growing, and you have kind of a mixture. It's with it being new or newer. A lot of it's low-lying land. You're about 20 minutes from the beach at least. Especially in the season, you're more like half an hour from the beach at minimum. And so, with a higher crime rate and just a lower lying land, just kind of swampy land, I'd say that the houses are about 20% less in Northport than say. So a $300,000 house in Venice is going to be like 250-ish. What am I looking at? There's a boarded up. What is boarded? Is it across the street? Hold on a second, guys. Let me see if I can show you guys. Oh, that's just the boarded. Hold on. Never mind. False alarm. That was, I thought they were boarding up this big building across the street, but it's actually just the facade. This looks like it's boarded up. Yeah, I might do a drive-in Siesta Key next time I have a reason to go over there. Yeah, you can fit them in the 2-inch liner pots, 2.5-inch. So, I'm gonna go in here and go ahead and order, and I'll come back out. All right, guys. All right, be right back. BRB. This is gonna be ready in a minute or two. They're actually pretty fast with their food, so. Yeah, it's Labor Day, Simon. It's a national holiday. Yeah, Lakeland. If you can find some good land on the south end of the lakesides there, it's definitely worthwhile. Even or down near Avon Park or Sebring, I think that would be an area. There's actually a decent amount of crime in the Lakeland area though. Polk County is just kind of known for being like the quintessential Florida man place. Well, I'd say Polk and Pasco County are the worst. Thug warning. It's weird though. Venice is unlike a lot of other towns in Florida. It's basically just rich Midwestern, white people. And if you go one town over, it's different. If you go, south or north, for some reason, it's just kind of been that way. Yeah, I would use a deeper liner, Zach. Like I would use like a 4x9 to just get more out of it, more time out of it. The MT49 pots, if you can order some or get some, might be able to send you some. Not many, probably not as much as you need. Orlando's not that bad, especially if you're buying outside of the city, comparative to because Orlando's not near the water. So, hey, Leanne, what's going on? I'm sure you can guess where I am. So, I'm just picking up some mo. Hey, a little bit of a roller coaster ride of what was going to happen, with the storm. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's wanting. I don't know why you wear a beanie when it's almost 90 degrees. Well, it's 85 right now, but yeah, it's $6 Moho Mondays. The bowls are $6. I'm gonna actually go pick it up now. I'm pretty sure it's ready, so I'll be right back. But yeah, any of the rice bowls are $6. Really wish they wouldn't put everything in a plastic bag, but yeah. Out east in Sarasota County is a great place to live. Really cool country like living. I really would like to do that. Like as far as moving to an area like that. Just gotta find a place to settle this here. Okay, so you live in Chesterfield, so like something. Zach, I'm going home and eating, but later tonight, possibly. I don't know why it keeps on playing. I'm actually going to be heading back to the house to eat, but maybe later on I'll go out there. It really depends on what my sister's up to. If she's doing something tonight, I might hang out with her because I'm not going to see her for 3. Not that I gotta take care of the dogs. I don't know if she's gonna go to Orlando tomorrow, which is probably a bad idea considering there's tropical storm watches in. Who knows if Disney's she's going to Disney for 3 days. So Yeah, I used to go to a Midlothian a lot. AMG Civic guy. Had a lot of friends that lived in Midlothian. Also, like Old Gun Road area, down by the water, south side. Represent. Now, this is like 1997, 1998. So, wow, like Royal Poincianas, there's just a lot of. You won't see a lot of these palms on the East Coast because of the whole hurricane, dilemma that they have. They have to deal with these things a lot more than we do, so they will plant accordingly. I know it's kind of sad. If you came here, even the past 3 years, it's built up so much more too. I mean, it's way, way. It's built out way past the interstate here in Venice now. Not way past, but way more than it should be. Yeah, every different soil types, different conditions are going to create. Oh, why am I doing this? All right. So I'm about a minute from being home. Probably not even. Gonna check the 11 o'clock update. See how much it's kind of curved. Come on, dude. Guy's riding like 2 miles an hour all over the road. There you go. He's probably wasted already. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I might go on later. I just figured, during the daytime I had a little time to hang out, so we can take a look at a few things. You see, it's nice and sunny here. It's probably going to stay that way. We might have some thunderstorms this afternoon. It's probably not associated with the hurricane. So, okay. Until then, I hope you guys have a good Labor Day. Check out my vlogs as they come out, which one will come out pretty soon. So, I'm far enough in here. Right. All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon.